Hello everyone, how is it going? Hope you're doing well. So, we are going to explain you a little bit about three writing mechanical rules. They are capitalization, punctuation, and spelling. The first one is capitalization. Capitalization is the use of capital letters as a type of punctuation. When we say that something is capitalized, it means that the first letter of the word or words is in a capital form. There are 8 rules for capitalization. Rule number 1. Capitalize the letter at the beginning of a sentence. The first rule of capitalization is so easy. We always begin a sentence with a capital letter. That's how you know where a sentence begins. Rule number 2. Capitalize letter for names. You should always capitalize people's names. Rule number 3. Pronoun I. It is only necessary to capitalize other pronouns when they begin a sentence. However, the pronoun I is always capitalized no matter where it falls in a line. Rule number 4. Proper nouns. A proper noun is a person, place, thing, or idea with a specific and unique name. We always capitalize proper nouns because they represent one single thing.
Okay, next rule number 5. Although an abbreviation is composed of capital letters, the full words that define the abbreviation are not always capitalized. Rule number 6. First letters in direct quotation. Capitalize the first word of a quote when the quote is a complete sentence. Rule number 7. For titles. Always capitalize on the first letter of each word in the title. And lastly, rule number 8. For interjection.
Punctuation. Punctuation is the name of the mark used in writing. They are very essential signs to understand a sentence in a correct way. They represent the expression and feelings in a sentence. There are some punctuation rules. 1. Full stop. A full stop is marks the end of a sentence. While reading a sentence, we need to pause after a full stop, which that is not sentence of question or exclamation. For the example, this is an elephant and is an excellent teacher. Indonesia is a wonderful country. 2. Question mark. A question mark is needed after a direct question. For the example, is this your assignment? 3. Comma. Comma places a pause between clauses within a sentence. Comma is much shorter pause than a full stop. For the example, you will need eggs, butter, salt, and cheese. 4. Semicolons. Semicolons separate two closely linked clauses and show that there is a link between them. A semicolon represents a pause greater than a comma. For the example, on Tuesday, the tram was late. The bus was early.
Colon uses for introduce list, including example, introduce summaries, introduce direct quotation, introduce a second clause that expand or illustrate the meaning of the first. Example, we learned the following at the camp: rock climbing, convening, and rafting. Dash and hyphen indicates additional information with more emphasis than a comma. Indicate a pause, especially for effect at the end of a sentence. She is an author, and a very good one too. We all know what to expect the best. Hyphen. Hyphen used for connect element of certain word. Example, northeast, fair weather friend. Parentheses used for show the omission of word. It also indicate a pause. Example, the teacher moaned, look at this floor, amaze this class. Apostrophe of contraction used for show the mission of letters when two or occasionally more words are contracted. Example, don't walk at the grass. Quotation mark. Quotation mark enclose direct speech. It can be double or single. Example, how are you? She asked me.
Sound and letters. We need to keep in mind the difference between the written language and the spoken language. It is important to be clear about the difference between letters and sounds, how we write words, and how we say them. Sound and letters. There are 26 letters in this English alphabet, but in spoken English we use around 44 different sounds. The number varies slightly depending on your accent. Vowels and consonants need to be careful in using the terms vowel and consonant. Often these terms are used to talk about the letters of the alphabet. Vowels and consonants. The letters A, I, U, E, O are often said to be vowels. The other letters of the alphabet B, C, D are often said to be consonants. Beginning and ending letters. Beginning letters, example, pig, bee, monkey, car. And ending letters, it's, much, coach. That's all.
Okay, so here diagram. The diagram is a combination of two letters that make a single sound, as in the P in pond. Next, consonant cluster is 2, 3 or consonant in round. So here diphthong. A diphthong is sound that is made up of two separate vowel sound within the same syllable. So the last here is homophone. Homophone is word that is pronounced the same as another words but differ in spelling. Here example, I will one for you by the bank.